continues with Jeff George and Sports.
Good evening, everyone. Our voice has been heard, and now it's time to beat Arkansas. That was the theme shouted by Memphis State's football team this afternoon. One day after 80 players boycotted practice, the Tigers were back on the field working towards Saturday night's game, where the odds makers have installed Memphis State a 5-point favorite. 25 of Southern Mississippi's football players come from the state of Alabama. That may be one reason the Eagles give Alabama and Auburn fits on the football field. The Golden Eagles have beaten Auburn 2 years in a row. Both the Wildcats of Clarksdale High are currently ranked 12th in the latest poll. A main reason for Clarksdale's success has been the play of the Wildcat D. The Wildcat defense will be tested Friday night against Greenwood. The clock ran out on San Diego's Greg Riddock. The Padres fired him late this afternoon. After taking over the club at the 1990 All-Star break, Riddock and San Diego finished third both seasons and are currently 12 games behind Atlanta in the National League West. Minor league skipper Jim Riggleman takes over for Riddock. Time is also running out on Montreal in the National League East. The Expos held slim chance of taking the division, but they had to beat Pittsburgh or it was all over. And talk about over, watch Tim Wakefield and the knuckleball. You know, those Memphis State guys, they've got to be wondering what kind of disciplinary action they're going to be facing up there, because they've got to do something to them, because if they don't, you know, every team in America could walk off the football field and get mad at the coach.
And of course, they're on scholarships. Do you think the 5 guys that stayed out today, you think they'll play this weekend?
I kind of have a feeling they'll be watching from the stands.
Watching from the stands. Now, we got a locker room show coming up Friday night. Can you give us a little preview of what's coming?
Of course, we're going to have highlights from the Greenwood-Clarksdale game. The big battle here, which we'll preview tomorrow night, T.L. Weston and Greenville High. Always a dogfight in the Port City.
And a special secret guest coming, right? We're going to have a special guest.
Yep.
Okay, Jeff, thanks a lot. We'll be right back. Stay with us. All right, Jeff, what's going on in sports?
Well, you know, Ted, we're 24 hours away from the 4th edition of the Locker Room Show. That means high school football is about to get cranking up. Junior college action on the gridiron tonight. But we'll talk about Greenville High and T.L. Weston coming up next in sports.
News Center 15 continues with Jeff George and Sports.
Good evening, everyone. Keith Wallace's career at Mississippi Valley State is over. A federal judge ruled against Wallace this afternoon, meaning the preseason All-SWAC selection will not be reinstated to the team this season. Wallace was kicked off the team after being arrested for drug possession back in the summer. He was later cleared of the charges. Sticking with the Valley, Larry Dorsey's troops open conference play Saturday night against Jackson. Mississippi Delta hits the field Saturday night, and the Trojans are calling their game with Gulf Coast a make-or-break contest. Both teams carry a 2-1 record into the contest. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. Several big games on the high school menu tomorrow night. Rosedale hosts Cleveland in the Bolivar County Championship game, while T.L. Weston and Greenville settle odds in the Port City. The right place to be tomorrow night is here for the Locker Room Show. In another note from the high school ranks, Coahoma Agricultural High School has been placed on probation for using an ineligible player. The ruling will keep Coahoma AHS out of the playoffs. While San Diego is out of the pennant race, Gary Sheffield still has a shot at baseball's Triple Crown. The former Milwaukee Brewer kept the dream alive against Houston. Sheffield helped ignite a 5-run first inning for San Diego. Again, we want to remind everyone, the Locker Room Show here tomorrow night at 10:20. We'll have highlights of, I think, 5 or 6 games, and we've got a very special guest.
Okay, Weston and Greenville now. Who are you picking?
Oh, well,
Who's favorite? Let me ask you that. Who's favorite?
Well, Greenville High is the bigger team as far as the classifications, so you'd have to say Greenville High has the edge, but, you know, you never can tell what Jackie Bruce has got up his sleeve at T.L. Weston.
Has one or the other team dominated the series over the years?
The last 2 years they split, so, you know, before that Greenville High kind of took care of things, but the last 2 games they split, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
That'll be fun. Thanks a lot, Jeff. We'll be right back.